1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
20 came about because I had a chance meeting with Conor Mitchell, and we were talking about the notion of the decade of commemorations, the idea of events that were coming up that we felt as artists we would like to comment on. So Kabosh commissioned Conor Mitchell to write a 20-minute piece of orchestrated music to be performed by 20 musicians. 20 musicians from here, of all different ages.
In my lifetime, as a 36-year-old, it was the ceasefire that really mattered. So Paula organised the whole thing, which is fantastic, because it's supporting new music, and it's supporting these players, and it's marking something which I believe needs to be marked incredibly importantly.
I just thought it was very important that we mark a moment like the 1st of September 1994 and say, look how far we've come in the last 20 years.
On the outside of the gates.
I think I was only about 1 when the ceasefire was actually called, but it was a profound had a profound impact on my family and my grandparents, and that they had far more impact on them, because when they were children it was worse for them back then.
I kind of don't really know much about politics and history, so I've kind of just come from it completely from a music perspective. You know, it's affected the previous generation and stuff, but I've never seen any of that. My parents don't ever really mention it. It will have a ripple effect on some people, I'm sure.
I grew up down in Bangor, so really for me, it didn't actually affect me. All the ones in my year decided we're leaving Northern Ireland. So as soon as we could, turned 18, the majority of us left. There wasn't the opportunities here. But then I decided to come back. I mean, I'm home now 14 years, and you can't compare it. There's a much more relaxed atmosphere. But to be honest, as a musician, I don't get involved in sort of the politics. I just want to play music.
The piece of music will be available on the web on a special dedicated website, which is 20belfast.com, and people can leave their thoughts on 1994, their thoughts on where we're at now, their thoughts on what they would like to see in the next 20 years. They can respond to the piece of music.
What I care about is that they're young people sat next to older people from the Ulster Orchestra or freelancers, and we're all talking about something that they can't remember. One of the 17-year-olds said to me, "What's the ceasefire?"
It shows the youth and even older musicians come out, play together, have fun together, and really show a different side to the topics and the situations that we've all come from.
I want to live in a peaceful society where we all get on together. I mean, I've got to say that's one thing I think is very good in Northern Ireland for music. Education in that for the likes of the School of Music and the different boards. Those kids are coming from all walks of life, different backgrounds, everything. But you see, when they get together and play in an orchestra or band, religion doesn't even come into it. So to me, that's the hope for the future. It's if we could get more people together through sport, through music.
It's a nice way to show the ceasefire instead of having a parade or having politicians stand out on the stage and go, this is fantastic and blah blah blah. There's no biasness to it, there's no one-sidedness to it, and to show that the arts can come out a wee bit more and have a wee bit more of a stand for this sort of thing and represent it in a totally different way is really, really lovely and a great thing to be part of. It shows there's a difference that's been made now in the last 20 years.
Unless we provide a mechanism whereby people can express how frustrated and how abandoned and how negative or how positive they feel about the current peace process, then all that does is fester, and we're never going to be that inclusive, healthy society that we want to be, and the rest of the world is watching us, expecting us to be, and we can lead the way. I think there's so many other countries coming out of conflict, and if we allow artists to provide mechanisms like this, other countries will follow suit, and we will be a great example internationally.
To see those young players sit there and you go, what is the peace process? What is the peace process? It's that. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about the politicians. The thing that needs to happen is we all need to drop dead and leave it to them. That is the future of this country, and that is what is fantastic when you see them play.